Hello guys, this is Char. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now, I wanted to come back on to discuss this scene here. Now, this was from last week's episode and you get a chance to discuss it, right? So, let me start off by saying that I don't really care for Stormy. I don't really see it for her. And especially not on this show. I remember Carlos King mentioned that he approached her or reached out to her or whatever to be a part of Bell Collective because she is actually from Jackson, Mississippi, out there where the Bell Collective girls are from. And as we saw, for those who watch Bell Collective, Stormy was actually on last week's episode, over there hanging out with that tall, not Gumpy, I'm sorry, the tall, thin girl. I don't know her name. The one who always acted nervous and anxious, always pulling her hair back all the time, acting nervous with the controlling husband. She was out there with her. And mind you, she looked good. Like, she didn't look out of place. She looked right in place. Like, she needs to be. She has the temperament and the what do you call it? The temperament and the demeanor, just like the girls out there in Bell Collective. So that's where she needs to be. Like, she should have been a part of that show, in my opinion. However, she really wanted to be a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and that's because I guess she felt like it was a better show, it was more popular, and I don't know, maybe she even felt like the people were better or more affluent. I don't know, but she really, really wanted to be a part of that show. We all know that, and she became a part of that show. So it is what it is. But to me, she should be a part of Bell Collective because she really fits in over there, in my opinion. She has the temperament of those girls over there. A lot of those girls can get bowdy about it or whatever. And and that's just how she is. Ain't nothing. There is something wrong with it to people who don't like people who are like that. But that's her temperament, It's just, it is what it is. But, she really wanted to be a part of Love and Marriage. And, here she kind of stands out because nobody's really rah-rah like that. That other lady, what's her name? Destiny was kind of rah-rah a little bit, but, she has like a rah-rah in her to me. Stormy does. But, getting right to it, basically a lot of people, YouTube streets, and just a lot of viewers and fans of the show, Love and Marriage, didn't see it for Stormy handling Leticia the way she handled Leticia in this scene and the scene from the pool hall or wherever they were at playing pool, that scene. They didn't see it for Stormy. They were tripping on Stormy. No, I'm just joking. They were tripping on Stormy for acting like that and talking like that to Leticia, even though Leticia is a gaslighter. Leticia always throwing stones and bricks and pebbles and hiding her hands. And Leticia never takes ownership or accountability for nothing she do and say. So it's like it's just deserved, in my opinion. So she went over there to this spot where Leticia called herself getting ready to, I guess, lease and renovate for her office space. So let me just stop here real quick. So I heard that the man that Marceau put in place in Leticia's spot at Scope is no longer working at Scope. I don't know how or why, but I heard the man don't even work there no more. So why come she can't go back to her spot at Scope? Why come she just can't go back to that office space that was originally hers at Scope? Oh, I know why. Because Marceau don't want her there. Marceau doesn't want her there, and he means that he don't want her there, and she's not going to be there. So she got to go find somewhere else to go work. Point blank in the period. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why he's not good for her. But, yeah, so she has to go. And so I don't know if this is for the show, right? I don't know if this is for the show. Because it just seems crazy to me that they are about to spend more money with one, leasing a building, leasing a space, not a building, but leasing an office suite or space, and then paying more money to have it renovated. meaning, to make it look like an office. That stuff costs money. Even if Marceau does the work, which I haven't heard that he is, I'm just saying he's a general contractor. So even if he does do the work, I mean, they still got to buy materials. So it's still going to cost them double for lease, monthly, and materials to build it out. So it's stupid. Which, again, they're trying to play like they just these mover and shaker, business people or whatever. And you just don't seem like you are. And if you are, that's great, but it just don't seem like you guys are. Do you have to prove anything to the world? No. But when you are what you are, it just shows, right? Just like Mel, she's a businesswoman and she's doing well for herself. It just shows. It's going to show regardless, with no effort, because this is her true life. Take Martell, for example. It shows that he's on his knuckles. And it shows because he squats in houses for months and months and months on end. And you know what I mean? He's wearing the same loafers every episode. I think he finally bought him a different pair of shoes. So he's finally wearing a different pair of shoes. He was wearing the same tight clothes because he had gained weight. And it might have just been like more muscle weight or more muscle. But nevertheless, his clothes were too tight. And he was wearing them same clothes. He had not bought him new clothes that fit properly. And now he has a few more items that, that's in his right fit, right? So, yeah, it's just... But anywho, back to this scene. People didn't see it for Stormy. People had a problem with it because they don't like Stormy. And I don't really care for her either. I don't like the way she's taking the stance with Mel, even though I must say Mel holds her own and coexists with her like she doesn't exist. She's around, but she don't see it for Stormy. Now, because Mel tries to hold herself to a higher standard, she will say, "Hey, Stormy," when she can, but she doesn't make a beeline to do it, but she'll try to let the record show, I did speak to the girl or whatever. But again, like I've said in many, many videos, don't nobody even really know why Stormy don't even like Stormy. I mean, Stormy don't even like Mel. No one really knows the phone number. She didn't give her the phone number, and she goes off after the show and don't call nobody. Okay. All right, Stormy, if that's what you want to go with. But let it be known that she acts the same way you act, like you don't exist, and has no problem with it, right? Not skipping a beat. But, so yeah, Stormy went over there to this build out that they pretending like they about to renovate or whatever. Okay. And she really thought that Tisha was going to be on the up and up and be like, oh, girl, that stuff with that business, wasn't that a trip? Girl, I am so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I should have called. I should have told the man. I should have did this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why she thought this girl was going to take accountability. Leticia takes accountability for nothing. Nothing. And now she sees. And this is what pissed her off. This is why she... just let it all hang out and just took the stance that she has taken with Leticia and threw Marceau in there as well, because she saw that this girl is just gonna not own up to nothing. She had to stand there and tell her, girl, no, it's not a good look. It wasn't a good look that you basically copied and pasted my return policy and everything on your website. It wasn't a good look. Period. I don't care how much money you made. And not to mention, you ain't made that much money. Okay, you might have made a few $1,000s. Okay, okay. I don't even think I'll be surprised if she made 5 G's. I would. She probably made 2,000, 3,000, maybe 35, 36, maybe 4. I'll give her 4. And I don't even think she made that much. I mean, she was like, we made a lot of money from it. So, girl, it doesn't matter how much money you made. You look bad. As a person who is running an online business with products, it makes you look bad. Like you are copying and pasting someone else's business and just putting it on your own. That looks bad. And Leticia, because she's on this cloud by herself, a Leticia cloud that she rolls in on and rolls out on, she's clueless. Like, she's so delusional. She, in her head, that don't really matter to her. That really don't make her look bad in her head. She's not lying when she says that. And because Stormy, regardless of all her issues with her business, because this is her bread and butter, her real business, that's making her the primary money for her lifestyle, for her and her family. This is her real business. She like, girl, you really need to step away from entrepreneurship thinking like that, because for real. And not to mention, don't have my business all tied up with your mess. Bad enough I got real stuff going on with my business, people not getting their products or whatever, the shipping time, all that. We all know about all the issues with Stormy's business. These are her real issues. She got her own issues, and she gonna have issues. She want them to be her own. Not no other scandal, no other mess from somebody else doing something stupid like copy and pasting and not smart enough to tell the people don't use that name. Use whatever her business name is. So yeah, she was pissed because she's thinking to herself while she was standing there like, I got so many issues with my business, for real. And this girl just, you know what I mean? Like, it takes only a little something to ruin a business reputation. Once that's ruined, that means people will not shop with you. When people won't shop with you, that means there's no sales. That means no money is coming in. No money comes in. That means the business is destroyed. No, the business is destroyed. That means her whole life gets destroyed and turns upside down because she can't pay her bills. So yeah, that was serious for her. And I don't blame her. Even though I don't care for Stormy, it's a real serious thing. And this girl just bobbing her head and yuking her shoulders, clueless like a dummy. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't have no problem with her acting like that, talking to her like that, her or her husband, because they ain't nothing but gaslighters. Like they came in an hour and a half late. Like, what? Why would you do that? And we all know it was Marcel's decision. Like, they can wait. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to stop here. If they there, they're there. If they ain't there, they're just not there. And we know that production probably told Stormy and them, please wait. We don't have anything else to put in this space. And they could have easily put anything, any part of the show that they didn't include. They could have used one of them parts and replaced it with that. But they really wanted Stormy and them to wait. And Stormy and them was nice enough to wait. So when they came in an hour and a half late and they still taking this stance, just like Stormy said, when they still takes this stance of trying to, be all sassy and this and that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna let they have it. I'm gonna call him on another B again on the slide. I'm gonna call him a B without actually calling him a B. And I'm gonna call her out and tell her this is why you got the drink thrown in your face, for being disrespectful. Y'all rude and disrespectful. You gaslight. You never take ownership and accountability for nothing. You know what I mean? You don't try to recognize other people's successes and efforts. You try to downplay the Fletchers, talking about we don't even know what y'all do, and they the richest people on the show, according to the Fletchers. And Mel wasn't going to speak on that, because etiquette says you don't talk about money and speak on money and all of this and that. So we all know that Mel wasn't even going to address anything about who's the richest or who got the most, because it's uncouth. But, let the record show, the Fletchers say they've been in this thing for 30 years, and he's been in real estate for 20, or was it 30? I guess he's been in it for 20, and we already know the real estate game is where it's at, because they all say when you get a couple of dollars, buy real estate, because it creates wealth. And that's the one thing that you can buy that doesn't depreciate. It actually gains value. So, yeah. Basically, Nell said, get on my level. They all need to get on our level. So, yeah, I didn't have no problem with Stormy acting like this, treating her this way. Thank God she didn't go somewhere and start crying or nothing. But it's like, girl, I mean, and no matter how much people knock on her door, knock on her head with this type of stance with her, she never reflects and she never gets it. Like, she still thinks she's right. She still don't feel like she did anything wrong. She still feels like, if it had to do it all over again, I'll do it the same way. You know what I mean? It's like, this girl never takes accountability for nothing. She never sees how she's wrong. And then she was like, well, you could have called me. Like, why am I calling you when you effed up with my business? You know what I mean? Not to mention, Stormy was like, I did call you. And then this fool was like, what you say? I'm like, you know what? Goodbye and good night. And that is it. I just had like a little venting session about this particular scene, because like I said, so many people, even on YouTube, they didn't see it for Stormy doing that with Leticia. And I do. I have no problem with it. She didn't call her a B. She didn't really call her out of her name. She really just spoke the truth. And I know Stormy is ghetto and all this and that. Like I said, I feel like she's more suited and booted for Bell Collective. But despite the fact that I don't necessarily care for her either, I didn't have a problem with her treating Leticia this way at all. I mean, she really didn't even do anything wrong, really. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you guys drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you feel like Stormy was just out of line and wrong? You know what I mean? Or do you take Tisha's stance in that she didn't really do nothing wrong and she didn't really have to call her? She made money from it, and that was really all that mattered. So let me know what you think. Drop down in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit your notifications. Until next time, bye.